Hey Libra, welcome to my channel. My name is Maya. I'm here for your reading, your general reading for March 2021. So I got a very clear and detailed vision for you. I'm going to explain it and then we'll get right into your reading. So the vision was about this ancient Egyptian ceremony where they weighed people's hearts against the feather of mat. The feather of mat was a concept of divine justice, and if your heart, was in balance, balanced out with the feather of mat, the soul who had passed away could go on ascending, right? And if not, if the heart outweighed the feather, then the soul had to go through reincarnation and basically keep going through the same karmic cycle until they got the lesson. And so in your vision, you kept doing this ceremony, before the ancient Egyptian gods, the ceremony of the mat feather, and your heart kept outweighing the feather, right? And so you had to go through some sort of purgatory, in the metaphorical sense of, going through the same karmic cycle until you got the lessons, right? But the vision I got is one of these, finally, after doing this over and over again, you did one of these ceremonies and your heart, the scales balanced, right? Your heart did not outweigh the feather. It balanced out. So the scales balanced. So it's like, Libra is all about balancing the scales. It's all about, balance. This is your main symbol in astrology. And when the Libra is out of balance, it's usually quite something. It's you need balance for Libra to be really in their highest potential. And so finally, after trying over and over again, it seems like in some area of your life, at least some very important area, or in your life in general, you finally get to that sense of balance of ending this karmic wheel and being able to ascend basically above all the obstacles that were keeping you doing this ceremony over and over again. So let's see how this translates in your reading. So at your center you have the Hierophant, crossed by Death. At your base, Five of Cups. Crowning you, Five of Pentacles. Recent past, the Queen of Swords. Near future, the Three of Cups. How you see yourself in the situation, the Six of Pentacles. Here are the scales being balanced, right? Great. Your environment is the Four of Swords. Your hopes and fears, Temperance. Again, balance. And your outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. We'll clarify some of these. And bottom of the deck you have the King of Wands. Right. So we have the Hierophant here at the center of your reading in March 2021, Libra. And the Hierophant, Major Arcana, Taurus. He speaks of he's the counterpart of the High Priestess, right? He speaks of higher learning, higher commitment, institutions, organized religion, dogma, but also of order and rule. So it's like he's a spiritual guide, right? He's a spiritual mentor. He's somebody who people come to for guidance. And he has these two keys here that represent the keys of knowledge and of knowledge in general, knowledge of the occult, the mysteries of life. He's a very spiritual being. It's a very spiritual card, and I don't really see it here as institutions. I see it more as this balancing that you have at the core of your reading here in March, that I saw in your vision. It's really, it's like you're coming to this place where you are really listening to your spiritual guidance, becoming a master yourself, and being able to, I think, sort of um, balance duality in your life, balance your shadow with with your light, integrating your shadow in your light. We have here, these two students here that can represent as well duality with the two keys. So it's this element of, the polarities, the duality of the human condition. You are becoming a master of that, and following your spiritual guidance into higher learning, into a higher expression of your spirituality, into a higher commitment to your own guidance, but also becoming as well in this process a spiritual guide for others, in your life. So this is crossed, you have two major arcana at your center. So these are really potent energies. We have Death card of Scorpio, major arcana as well. And, here Death is describing this transformation that you've gone through, you've been through, to attain this balance that we're seeing here with the Hierophant, and that was so omnipresent in your vision, right? Death is all about this transitioning, right? It's really very rarely, if ever, about a physical death. It's more because, death is a transition. It's a transition from one state to the other. It's a transition from a dimension to another, right? And this is exactly what has been coming for you, these cycles that have repeated over and over again until you got the lessons, which represent this transformation that your soul was going through. And it seems like in March 2021, this transformation is complete, right? You are really getting the lesson. You have learned the lessons here, because the Hierophant, as I said, is all about higher learning. It's like your higher self is being integrated into your 3D life, right? All these lessons that you had to integrate are actually, through this transformation, through this long transition that you kept going through over and over again, is finally here, is finally being grounded in the 3D. As I said, this is Taurus. So, Taurus is all about earth, all about grounding, anchoring higher energy into earth. And this is exactly what I'm seeing here. These higher energies of transformation, transition, all these lessons, this karmic wheel that you kept reincarnating in, or even if it's not reincarnation, it's in this lifetime, repeating patterns, repeating lessons, conditioning, finally transforming and being anchored as a spiritual development here. At your base you have the Five of Cups. This is at your subconscious level. It seems like whatever this transition has been, and as I said, it is pretty intense. When we have Death and then two major arcana together at the center of your reading, this is pretty intense. This is big, right? These are not small energies. This is really representing life cycles, things that you had to go through in relationships, in your work life, in your home life. It's going to be different. It's going to be different for all of you because it's a general reading, but it really does speak to very big areas in our life. Okay. And so it seems like you're going through a period of grieving here, of sadness, of regret, at the subconscious level, as well as in your conscious level. It's like, you know, this transition, this big transformation, has not been easy, right? I really have to say that when I saw in your vision these repeating, recurring ceremonies where your heart, it's the heart of purity being weighed against the sorry, the feather of divine justice, and your heart kept outweighing it, kept being heavier than the feather. It's all these heavy lessons that we go through, right? That have to do with core wounds, with conditioning, with repeating patterns, with all these obstacles that we have in our life, that all these challenges that the life puts in our path for us to overcome them, and transform and get healed, right? But this is not an easy process. It's a long process. So in this process, at the subconscious level and in your consciousness, you felt regret about the past. This guy is looking at these three spilled cups in front of him that represent the past. It's crying over spilled milk, but it's more than that. It's just this process of grieving the past, grieving all the relationships, life situations, all these experiences that we've been through that have ended, and you only have to look behind to see these two cups still full of life that are waiting for you. But when we are still in this process, we're only seeing that, right? We're a little bit depressed. We're regretting some stuff, and it's like a necessary part of the healing. And also feeling left out in the cold, feeling marginalized, feeling out there looking in, feeling like we're not understood, lack mentality, poverty consciousness, feeling on the outskirts of life, right? So as this transition was completing, it is absolutely completing for you in March, as we saw in the vision, it is really the end of these repeating cycles, and finally finding balance, finding your heart being balanced with the feather of Mat, with divine justice. So this alignment that happens for you really happens in March. However, before that, you had to go through this process, and it is still lingering in your subconscious as well as your conscious level, because it's at your base and crowning you, right? We're gonna clarify all of these. So in your recent past, you have the Queen of Swords. So this is air, your element Libra, with Aquarius and Gemini. The Queen of Swords, she is all about logical, logic, intellectual brilliance, confronting things head on. So that's what you did, because this is your recent past. You confronted all this head on. You said, okay, this is it. Enough ceremonies with the feather. I am going to do this one last ceremony, and it's going to happen. I am going to regain this balance. She's really a mistress of, of her intellect and of her feelings. We don't really talk about feelings for the air element, but she would have had to really balance heart and mind to become the master that she is. But her main thing is that she puts a stop to things. She doesn't like gray areas. She has the wherewithal, the strength, the courage, how do you call it? The chutzpah, right? To put an end to things. Say, that's it. I'm not taking this anymore. So whatever was keeping you in this, revolving wheel of karma, repeating the same stuff over and over again, that left you feel grieving and just left you feel, out in the cold, in relation to your own life, to your own relationships, to your own whatever reality. It's going to be different for all of you, as I said, because it's a general read. But whatever left you feeling that way, it's 2 5s. Fives are all about change. It's when we are really in the midst of change, right? So it's the most challenging cards. It's really when things are in flux, when obstacles are there, and we're feeling the crunch. It's the crunch of change, right? And that's why you always feel pretty challenged, when in the 5 cards, right? But in the recent past, you put an end to this. You really, really confronted whatever this was for you head on. If it was procrastination, abandonment, fear of rejection, feeling unworthy, all these wounds that we all have and keep popping up to be healed, you put an end to this cycle. And so that's why the transformation is complete, and you are becoming the Hierophant, the master of your earthly reality, right? And this is absolutely, sorry if I the camera has been doing the weirdest stuff today, so I don't want to touch it. All right, so that's what's been happening. That's, yeah. And you put an end to that, absolutely, in March. Coming from March, you're putting an end to that, and that's why in March you have these two coming together, right? And in your near future, you have the Three of Cups, so celebration, really reunion with the people you love, people that you know are your real friends, are members of the family that you can trust, or it can be also loving relationships in terms of romantic relationships, but these are true people for you. These people have your back, and you are celebrating with them this newfound balance here, Libra, that is absolutely that is absolutely an omen for a totally new cycle for you, finally balancing these scales that were such and I'm saying that, and I'm looking at the Six of Pentacles, and that's how you see yourself in the situation. And look at that, here are the balanced scales. You are holding them firmly in your hand, and the Six of Pentacles is all about this equal give and take, right? Generosity, abundance. The sixes are all about harmony. So you go from 5s, as we've seen, challenging 5s, to the harmony, equal give and take, generosity, and balance of the 6s, right? And so now, how you see yourself in the situation, you see fairness, you see that there's enough to go around, you see the abundance coming to you, you see that you really have enough to be helping others, and that's who you really are, Libra, right? You are this beautiful, balanced energy that is all about fairness and equality, and when you're out of this kind of balance, you really can fall into these kinds of traps, right? Feeling stuck like that. But look at you in March, absolutely getting this balance back, as I saw in your vision, and that's how you see yourself. That's how you're feeling about the whole situation, and it's Pentacles. So yeah, absolutely in your physical life, all this beautiful balance anchoring into your physical life, and you absolutely feeling it. And so your environment is the Four of Swords, putting things to rest, recovery from this, right? Because you need some time of recovery from this. These are challenging, right? Energies. So your environment is absolutely one of recovery from these obstacles, from all these ceremonies that you kept on having, and every time you had to redo the lessons, and this takes a lot out of you. You know, I'm speaking in general terms here, but this would have been like repeating patterns in relationships, always going for the wrong people in relationships, always going for the wrong jobs, not trusting yourself enough to start your own business, for example, taking shit, sorry, from your boss or your colleagues or whoever. It's all these things that keep chipping away at our self-confidence. And now in March 2021 you are absolutely recovering from this. It's a beautiful card of putting things to rest. This person has put their swords down and just resting, being rejuvenated, letting the universe take the lead and just replenish the energy, right? In your hopes and fears, you have temperance. And again, temperance, major arcana, Sagittarius, all about this balance, right? Because it's about alchemy. And alchemy is about putting the right amount of energy in the right place at the right time. Look at this archangel here. He's pouring from one cup to the other the right amount of energy at the right moment. And of course in the right place from one cup to another. This is alchemy. It's precision work and it's divine timing, and this is exactly what I saw in your vision. You kept repeating these ceremonies until this one ceremony you got it right. You aligned to your higher good, to your highest good, and then yes, the scales balanced out for you. You are really, Libra, in March 2021 getting this major alignment and balance in your life, and it could be any area as it is general, but it's a big, right? It's not a small thing, and it can be absolutely alignment within yourself. Sorry. If you had any kind of procrastination, self-sabotage tendencies, this is really healing that, and you getting really this this alchemization, this transmutation of all these energies that kept challenging you and that are still a little bit playing out in your subconscious, at the subconscious level in March. But a temperance will always outweigh here again. It will always trump a 5. This is in your hopes and fears, so it looks like, because it was a difficult cycle, right? It was a long, heavy, difficult cycle. You thought you couldn't win for trying. So in your hopes and fears, you're hoping to regain your balance, and you're feeling that it's never going to happen, because you're like, hey, this is like the umpteenth ceremony. When will this heart finally effing balance out with the effing feather, right? You were like, hey, I'm done. This is not happening. When is this going to happen? When am I going to be able to see this balance, this transmutation, this transition, this peace, this, in my life? When will this be over? But it is, I am telling you, absolutely over in March. At least you're gonna really feel it in March. You're gonna really be feeling the premises of that in March. And so that's why Temperance is in your hopes and fears, because you were hoping for it but fearing it would not happen. You have the Knight of Pentacles in your outcome. So the Knight of Pentacles again talks about our physical life. It's Pentacles, it's the 3D, it's the material life. It's very solid. I mean, very solid, very concentrated, very focused energy. Taurus again, and but he's slow, right? He is the only knight in the whole deck that is not moving, who is like, still. And so it looks like it has been taking a hell of a long time for this to, for this transformation to be complete. And you were feeling like, it wasn't getting anywhere. But it is absolutely, Absolutely, look at this illumination in your crown chakra. Absolutely getting there in March. I don't know if you can see it. And so, and you have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You finally feeling yourself, like yourself, self-confidence, creativity. It's fire energy, so it's all this motivation, this drive, this self-confidence, feeling free to be oneself finally, to be eccentric in the most beautiful way, to be extravagant, to I can dress the way I want, I can talk the way I want, I can do whatever pleases me. He's not a people pleaser. He dances to the beat of his own drum, and he's completely free. He's a free spirit, and that's how you start feeling, Libra, after all this transformation in March. Okay, so let me just clarify some of these for you. It's beautiful, Libra. You're really gonna feel that in March, I think. Absolutely. So yeah, wow. Yes, oh, look at that. Okay, let me just go on and look at that. Wow, yes. So let me just clarify the Five of Cups for you. I want one more card for the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, another one. Wait, I'm being a little bit all over the place. Just Spirit, please. One more card for the Nine of Pentacles. Right. And just one card for the Five of Cups. Wow, yeah. So it's beautiful, Libra. Really, this balancing. Look at that. Let me start with your outcome. So look at this. This knight, right? He's not moving, but he's holding this Ace of Pentacles, right? And here it is showing up for you this absolutely beautiful new beginning in your physical material life. You know, this absolutely beautiful new path here, without obstacles. Nothing is holding you back. All these challenging energies are gone, and this gift from the universe, right, aligning to this beautiful new beginning after you finished all these cycles, and the balance and the scales finally balanced, right? So this beautiful beginning after this feeling out of balance, as that we saw in your reading for the longest time, feeling out of balance, having to juggle so much, feeling overwhelmed. And now you're standing in your power. Whatever is coming at you, you're absolutely taking the high road here, and absolutely defending yourself, speaking your truth, holding strong, right? You just not taking any kind of bullshit anymore, right? Saying enough is enough. I am going on this new path. Absolutely, you know, the karmic cycle is over, and I am holding strong. You know, I am holding to my position. Nothing can move me from heading there, right? And for the Five of Pentacles, you have the Star and the Eight of Wands. So not feeling like that anymore, absolutely not. On the conscious level, feeling healed, right? Look at that. It's the card of Aquarius, Major Arcana, card of major healing, deep healing here. This woman is naked because she is completely healed. She's like reborn, right? And she doesn't need to hide anything anymore. She can be completely herself, completely vulnerable, because she feels completely secure. She's pouring water in the water and onto the land. Again, this balance, this integration of shadow self, into complete healing, right? This balancing and wishing, aligning with your stars, with the universe, for this absolutely beautiful new beginning, right? And once this happens, it's gonna go very fast. Look at that, 8 of Wands. Um, Positive, rapid, fast movement forward. It's full speed ahead with communication, with your passion, motivation, drive. It's Wands, it's the fire energy. And going from the 5 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. So from grieving, sadness, regret, to absolute emotional fulfillment, feeling on cloud 9, knowing that you've been through all these cycles, right? And you're absolutely healed, and getting again a wish come true. So it can be in any part of your life. Wish come true twice, right? Complete healing and complete emotional fulfillment. One step from the 10 of Cups, where it's really the happily ever after, fairy tale happy ending, and just shooting up from this really challenging cycles that you were going through. Transformation complete, becoming a master of your own reality here. This absolutely beautiful new beginning for you in your physical material life, that is due to absolute healing, like really deep, deep healing, emotional fulfillment, wishes coming true, and just full speed, positive movement forward. So beautiful, Libra. I hope this was clear and it helped. Thank you for passing by. I'll see you soon.